I think it wouldn't be surprising for someone to know that, given that, if you geld a bull, for example, it shouldn't be surprising to know that you won't be producing any sperm after that. And another one, is for example, bones being covered with flesh, whereas the bones and flesh actually form together in the fetus. Some other ones, like for example, skin being consumed in fire, and therefore when the skin burns off in hell, you'll have a fresh skin to replace it, so that you'll continue feeling torment. I would think that if you had, anyone got burned, you'd probably find that out pretty quickly, that you lose sensation, and that sensation is felt in the skin. And another one which I see now and then is the idea that this verse refers to the fingerprint. This verse refers to the fingerprints. Presumably, everyone is has an identity in their fingerprints. So this is how God can identify everyone and put them back together down to their very fingerprints, as opposed to, for example, being just putting everyone back together to their extremes. Like if you say you feel that wet, wet, wet song. I feel it in my fingers. I feel it in my toes. It's not the extremities. It's actually the fingertips. When the angels, at the battle, they strike everyone at the fingertips. They're talking about the fingerprints. So, just some closing with some strategies. One thing I'd like to see more is development of scholarship, because I think we don't really have an answer, not just with Islamic apologetics, but also Christian apologetics in general. There isn't really any kind of a scholarly unified response to this, like any of these multiple Islamic and Christian and other such institutes devoted to apologetics, but nothing from the atheist side. It would also be great to have something like Iron Chariots, or something like a community resource that can be easily linked to, like Brandolini's law has it that the amount of energy required to debunk BS is an order greater of magnitude than the energy required to produce it. So it would really help to have a resource that you can just easily link to, searchable, indexable. And finally, core development. I often find that when I attend apologetics talks of all different religions, I'm often the only person trying to raise concerns, to question things. And I think that it would be great to have like a core of people who could be, relied upon to go to these and coordinate questions, which would help deal with the balance of power between questioner and between the stage and the audience. That's all. Thank you.
Thank you, Sohan. So we had a Muslim perspective